Hi, my name is Womp Rat, and today we're going to be playing some Orcs Must Die 2, Part 7 of our Trapless experiment, and the end of Act 1. Today's level, Precipice. Alright guys, now I tried getting footage for you of a 5-skull victory here with no traps, but with a heavy heart, I must take these barricades with me, as I have been hitting a brick wall, so we're going to be using some barricades today. Now, if this initial setup looks familiar, you have probably watched my Into the Void video. However, one difference in our setup is that this is going to be it. We're just going to take 7 barricades, put those there, and go. Into the Void, we made an entire maze out of it, and we went for untouchable. I don't think we're going to get untouchable today. We'll certainly try. After I get hit, though, I probably won't care that much. So this is it, guys, the end of Act 1. And we have seemed to have found a point at which I had to bring a trap. Now, we're going to go into Act 2 all fresh, and try not to use any traps when we get there, and we'll see how that works. There are some pretty good choke points in Servant's Entrance, so I think we can get through a little bit of Act 2 without having to use any kind of a trap. I think barricades will probably be my go-to trap, as they don't really do damage. They're not physically slowing the mob or anything. It's just routing them a little bit different. So I think that'll be our go-to for making sure that we can get 5 skulls and stay true to our mission statement for the Trapless experiment, which was to get as far through the game as we can without traps. And this is definitely not the end of the game, guys. So we're going to keep on trying to get through levels, kind of make a tally of what levels we had to use traps on. And getting 5 skulls was also part of that mission statement, and using as few traps as possible. So I haven't used this 7 barricade setup before for this particular level with the itemization that we brought, but I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably the bare minimum I need, because my issue was just having too many orcs on both sides, and if I don't have the other 3, it's gonna be the same issue. Now, my problems stemmed from a surge in Wave 7 and Wave 8. It really depended on how good I was doing on that particular playthrough. Sometimes you just get a little bit more momentum on certain playthroughs than you do on others, and I don't know, you just are in the zone a little bit more, maybe one take than another. And so the best I ever got was about halfway through Wave 8 before things just got too hectic. Had a bunch of orcs get through. Didn't kill me, and I ended up being able to finish with, I think it was 2 skulls. It was pretty sad. I felt bad, but you know, we're trying for that 5 skulls, going through here without using traps, or if we are going to, in this case, using as few as possible. I don't feel so bad using barricades, just because it is kind of a static, doesn't hurt them, and I need a lot less barricades than I would need for tar on this level. Our Chain Lightning is definitely one of the better tools in our arsenal. It's kind of my go-to magical weapon. Some of the magic in this game really needs to be scaled a little bit better. Fire is great for its secondary, but its primary attack is not that amazing, and it's very mana inefficient. So I don't tend to use it that often, unless there's a bunch of stuff clumped up. Alright. almost halfway through this particular level. Let's keep it up. We are being assaulted on 4 different portals. We have 2 aerial portals, and then we have our 2 ground portals. It's not too bad with the aerial units yet, just because they're not spawning aerial units that often, and they're pretty easy to clean up at this point in the game. We haven't gotten to some of the harder aerial units. Eventually we will run into a air unit that is pretty much immune, or takes significantly reduced damage to the lightning ring. So those bile bats pouring down that AoE if they get over the ground. So we are just going to go ahead and clean up as much as we can. Got some archers. That minecart is really going to town working for us. Very appreciative of its hard work, our little minecart minion. Setting up the barricades there is actually a lot of use to us, because it does mean that they're going to get hit by that minecart more often than not. Now those minecarts will plow through standard orcs, but when they hit larger targets like ogres or elementals, they will just break. They will break like some kind of movie prop. Not very well built. So we're going to try to keep both sides as clear as we can, trying not to pick up that mana until later. The low-hanging fruit, so to speak, if we can keep as many of the mana potions close to us, around as long as possible, it's going to go a long ways. Just because Wave 8 and Wave 7, depending on how badly we're doing, those get fairly mana intense. We do have the Mana Rage Trinket, but that does take a little bit of time to refill, and those potions are quite handy. And there we go, our minecart exploding on impact of Ogre.
It's more fun when you kill them all at once.
Tried to hit him in midair, didn't quite have the aim for it.
Good times. Good times.
So far, this strategy seems to be doing fairly well. Barricades are definitely working for us. Oh, they're almost there. Ah, one of our orcs must have been hit by the minecart and flipped over our initial row of barricades. So I guess that's something we gotta keep an eye out for. Sometimes those audio cues are quite late. Not too much left. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and save those potions. And we got an ogre right out of the start of this wave. And some elementals. Alright. Go ahead and break them down to their smaller base components. And it's time to go back the other way. Clearing out as much as we can with our chain lightning, and then classic case of shooting where he is instead of where he's going. Some mobs are slower, like the earth elementals. You can do a little bit better with hitting them. Not to mention they're much broader than an ogre. So, we're doing a pretty good Gandalf so far. I don't want to jinx that, though. Yes, looks like we're winding down. Doesn't seem to be any more spawning, so just got to take care of what we've got, and we'll be on wave 7. And that is where stuff is going to start to get interesting. So I tend to go for flyers first, just because if I start focusing on other stuff, they will likely get a lot farther in. Just got more flyers, finish up that, and go ahead and do that. Worth mentioning, the opening back behind us actually leads up to the other portal. In Nightmare mode, if you're dealing with gnolls and you don't want to get hit, you can actually duck into those tunnels where the minecarts come in and out of, and they won't follow you in there. There are actually a few tricks like that where you can jump up onto things or hide in places that gnolls will just stop. They won't go anywhere because they're programmed not to go for the exit. They're programmed to just stick around and kill you. Okay, looks like we're getting overrun. Oh, this is not good. Okay. Okay, I don't know how we're doing as good as we are, but let's, you know, keep this up. I don't like hearing that. Alrighty, let's try to keep these guys clustered. Well, there goes our untouchable, but, you know, we didn't lose any rift points, so that's a small victory. So let's keep on going. I need some mana, but I don't want to use a potion just yet. Okay, so Ogre, first thing out of that portal. Let me go ahead, go down this way. We got plenty of mana here for this wave and next wave. It is time to use our Chain Lightning to clear out a path. Let's go in here and grab one of those potions. It's not quite low-hanging fruit enough to really pick up the other ones. We want to pick up the mana potions as far away from us first. Just kind of hoping that would chain off to that third one there. Okay, we got some coming across the bridge. Time for more Chain Lightning. Sometimes we are hitting the posts around here, so that's kind of a waste of mana, but I don't want them to get clumped up on the bridge like last time. That was pretty bad. Just swap over to our belt or our ring and clear them out as we can. Get as many headshots as we can to fill up our mana, and then unleash the torrent of the storms upon them. Not half bad. Oh, goodness gracious, we have lots of ogres incoming. Okay. Many ogres. Many ogres. And I'm going to go ahead and bring the house down on them and collect their tasty coin. Alright, now wave 9, the cakewalk of waves. I just remember Into the Void, the waves that would kill you were waves 7 and 8. That's if you were going for 5 skulls and not letting anything through, as those waves you had to worry about. You could sell half your barricades and still pass the level on this particular wave. It's just larger targets, for the most part, not nearly as many orcs, so we'll be fine. We got some flyers, we'll go ahead and take care of them. Go ahead and take care of him. And I'm not too worried about the rest of this level. It's mostly getting rid of the flyers and using our Chain Lightning. This has been a lot of fun. Hectic, but fun. I'm definitely glad that we put in the barricades that we went with, I'm fairly certain, at least for myself, that this is the bare minimum I need to get through the level. Okay, I need to kill him off. Yeah, shooting them from the side is not the best course of action there. Okay, we're a little low on mana, but let's go ahead and try to grab that. And, oh, we're stunned. Not good. Alright, we're running on fumes. We are in the red. I'm hoping to not be a red shirt on this particular episode. I want to get through it. And our trusty, faithful minecart finishes off our last orc. And saves us from a painful and embarrassing death. So there we have it, guys. 5 skulls. Yeah, we had to bring some barricades. Well under par time. Not bad. So, until next time, I'm Womp Rat, signing off. See you guys in Act 2.